Hi everyone, Metaphysical Mama. How's everyone doing? We got a rainy day and I'm sitting outside in the car waiting for somebody. So I figured I'd share the rain, some cleansing rain, and the pretty tree that's in front of me. So pretty if you're able to see it. So I was going to read, right, today's Wednesday, so happy Witch Wednesday. And I'm going to read a little excerpt out of the Witch's Almanac. This is from spring 2020 to 2021, issue 39. And I'm going to read about Hecate and the twin torches. So let's see. She who rules the earth, the seas, and the heavens, her powers know no limits. They have no boundaries. Hecate is often seen with tools, and in her triple form, she has 6 hands with which to wield them. One should not forget. She requires no tools to get the job done. So it is important to remember that the tools are symbols. And in symbol, there is a meaning. So what does it mean when she appears in human form with 2 hands, and in each there is a torch? Twin flames. Consider this. A single tool in both hands implies dedication to a single purpose, or, if you prefer, representation of a single aspect, like being ambidextrous. Hecate with the twin torches is phosphorus, light bringer. Lucifer. Light bringers are predominantly solar deities. In Greco-Roman and even Persian cultures, the most powerful solar deities were male, meaning masculine. Even if it's feminine, a woman we're speaking of, it's a masculine intellect and energy, right? Wisdom, wise, intellect, that's the masculine. The most powerful solar deities were male. Sun gods were often jealous gods. In his heyday as a mighty titan, Hyperion, Helios, was no exception to that rule, guarding the powers of the sun and wielding that power at will, whether for creation or destruction. His light shone so brightly that it would blind your eyes with a glance, or devour you completely if you dared creep too close. Hecate, on the other hand, consumes the power of the sun, eating the carbon. And with her receptive nature, she transforms it. Master alchemy. That's so we're not using Eve emotion, right? Immature, unprocessed emotion. We're allowing our emotions and our thoughts to come into fruition and clarity so that we're coming from a balanced position from true north, where there's unconditional love, right? Acceptance and awareness, which brings wisdom. That's not written here. I'm just adding my own spin on that. Because that's creating balance. Let's see. Hecate, on the other hand, consumes the power of the sun, and with her receptive nature, she transforms it. Magicians, occultists, and witches alike have a common understanding of polarity, the unifying principle of apparent opposites, which, when brought together in balance, create a whole greater than the sum of its parts. Positive and negative, masculine and feminine, force and form, light and darkness, outward and inward, etc. When Hecate bears the powers of the sun. They are filtered through the divine feminine. As in Nectut, Nectw. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I've never heard that before. As an Nectw priestess and a devotee of Hecate, I feel compelled to share the following. So this is written from. As Propolos, Hecate carried the light in her hands and led Persephone from the underworld. As Dadukos, she chooses to walk among us, carrying that light, holding it out before us, and leading us through the darkness. Hecate, the light bringer, has brought me comfort. I no longer fear the darkness. Hecate, the torchbearer, has illuminated the shadows on my path and within myself. There will always be darkness and light, yet darkness, illuminated by the light of a sacred torch, reveals mysteries beyond our ability to imagine them. Facts. Embrace the whole and become greater than the sum of its parts. Hecate, bearer of the twin torches, stands ready to guide you. That's from a being, it says Sparrow, by Sparrow, if that means anything to anyone. Captain Jack Sparrow. And sparrows bring fertility. Or is it robins? I forget. So that was quite beautiful. So do I have anything else to say? I just wanted to kind of do a little short reading there. See if there's anything else here. Ooh, do I have time? The fixed stars, Algol. The blinking eye of Medusa. And Algol represents alcohol, right? And can also represent Satan, energy, etc. Or, right, like, that's something that can give us comfort, but can also be bad. But something good can turn bad, right? We can, anything good can turn bad. We can over-abuse or overdo anything. And then, right, it becomes, it can become obsessive. Right? Like working out too much or worrying about eating too healthy, etc. So I'll read this and then I shall depart. Let's see. The blinking eye of Medusa, Algol, and it's Algol, if anybody would like to look that up. Each year, a different fixed star is featured in the astrology section of the Witch's Almanac, and I speak of Algol quite a lot. This year's choice is Algol, currently located at 20... Sorry, a train's going by me. Choo-choo. All aboard. Crazy train. Fair now. Fair now. Fair now. Fair now. I. All right. This year's choice is Algol. Currently located at 26 degrees Taurus, 19 minutes. Algol is a rare, triple eclipsing binary star. It has been significant to astrologers for at least 3,200 years when it was included in the Egyptian calendar and the calculation of lucky and unlucky days. That's kind of what the Mayan calendar represents too. It represents different gods and deities that bring different energies down on different days of the year, but you can't like foresee it. It has to do with like mixing with your chart and how those energies mix with you on an individual basis. So that's why like when they try to break that down to 2012, they kind of misread that a little bit off, but that's okay. Let's see. Stargazers will be fascinated by watching it blink. Every 69 hours, that's crazy. Every 69 hours, Algol's magnitude will dip for 10 hours. Interesting. So I was like, it disappear? 69, huh? Which is also like Cancer. And then Algol also could represent Uranus, Saturn, Aldebaran. All right, let me keep going. Then it returns to its original brightness, like it wasn't even missing, creating a blinking effect in the heavens. The legend is that the blink is really the sinister gaze of the monster Medusa, and that this star is the most wicked force in the zodiac. Watch out now. Dun, 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 dun. Medusa's hair was hissing snakes, and her glance was thought to turn all who looked upon her to stone. Eventually, the hero Perseus cut off Medusa's head, nullifying her evil. So that could be too, right? Like all the thoughts that we start, all the negative thinking we're having that's like collected up in our membrane, going crazy. And then we got the evil eye because we're thinking and feeling some type of negative way. So that's like where they get the evil eye from too, right? That drops down into that. His sword can be observed holding her slain head in his constellation among the stars. I look at that a little different, but let's keep reading. Algol translates from the Arabic as the demon star. There we go. Head of the ogre. That's more what I see it as. Satan, not that all, right? Shrek's an ogre, and ogres have layers too, like onions. All you need is love. Do, 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 do. All you need is love, 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 love is all you need. And time and space for processing and acceptance and allowance and a dang sense of humor. All right. I regress. Algol translates from the Arabic as the demon star, head of the ogre, Satan's or specter's head. In Chinese cosmology, Algol is included with a group of negative stars called the mausoleum. Really? Yo, that's like, I grew up in a cemetery and I loved the mausoleums, looking in them, and like they got crazy beautiful stained glass windows, and a lot of them. And then a lot of them are like big drawers. Like it's like above ground burial. So, interesting. So that representing the dead of Valhalla. In Hebrew, mysticism Algol becomes one of the 4 different astrological points, all named Lilith, a demonic vampire figure, the evil first wife of Adam. Mean. All of the astrological Liliths represent the very worst of feminine and lunar energies. And my person's ready. I'm going to have to come back. I will be back to finish reading about this Algol, and we'll do some more. I'll pull it up on the computer too and stuff when I get home and break it down some more even. So we'll have some fun with that. So, the truth is gonna all be revealed, right? Shining light on all that's been hidden. All right, please like and subscribe and share and hit the bell so you can get notified. And, thank you so much for being here. I love you, tribe. Mwah, mwah, mwah.